bone.
Are you ready? All right, everybody.
Pay attention.
It starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show.
The conversation is about to get louder. You're listening to Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, Lisa, and JoJo. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts and sports. Get ready for Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get the show on the road.
Well, the show is not quite on the road just yet. We are still here in lovely, lovely, lovely Tampa. Is this downtown Tampa?
We're not even
St.
in Tampa.
Pete, so
St. Pete.
it's actually neither.
I don't know where I am. I'm not very good with directions.
No, you're
That's because
not.
you're always on the move.
I don't know what it is, Jamie. But I'm excited to be back. This is Don Miggs. Beautiful JoJo to my right.
Good
as
morning.
Everybody knows, just if you've Googled her, she's just gorgeous.
Oh.
And then Ben Swig came in firing. I don't know if you want to poke that beehive, JoJo. Do you want to poke the Ben Swig beehive?
I do.
Well, Roland's close to him. Roland can actually poke him. So Ben comes in this morning. There's no hello. He's like on the phone. He's screaming at somebody, and Jamie and I, we had an uncomfortable
It wasn't
pause.
me.
And then JoJo came in, and then JoJo got involved in his screaming, which was kind of funny.
Right, because
she's
here's the
good to do.
topic, right? So, the 13 people who are listening right now, I'm sure one of them has had an experience with Frontier Communications. Or, as I told the guy on the phone, you guys all heard it, they should change their name because they have no right to have that word communications in their name. It should be Frontier Non-Communication, Frontier Lack of Communication, Frontier we do not communicate. Something. Miscommunication, that's a good one. So I'm not going to get too much in this, but listen. If you're looking for a referral for a cable internet provider here in the Tampa Bay area, and you're a glutton for punishment, please feel free to call Frontier Communications.
What has happened? That's first of all. So the house. You're in the house.
I'm in the house. Well, I set up cable 2 months ago. Okay, so the AV guy could have the network working or whatever, set up all the stuff. I've paid 2 bills, et cetera, et cetera. I've been a
Like $200, 2 bills,
Yeah,
or like two separate
two
bills?
separate bills for
Okay.
more than $200. I have a business account with them, and then I had my old house account. Mm-hmm. So we've been in the house for a month now, watching TV, using internet. Everything's fine, paying my bills, never missed a bill. So I go at home Thursday. The cable is not working. It says there's a billing problem. I call. They say you owe. They don't tell me how much I owe. So I just make a payment, right? I just make a payment so I can get my service turned on. Oh, my God. This is so bad. All right, so long story. I'm going to really make this short. It came down to it was not a delinquent bill. I pay my bills on time. It was that there was an identity fraud problem because when you first sign up for cable, for some reason you have to prove your identity or for the fraud. So the fraud department had put a flag on my account. And so here's what 6 calls later, 5 different people telling me it's worked out. Your cable will be on in 24 hours the first time, 4 hours the next time, 2 hours the next time, and then 2 hours again. And we were talking. There's no 2 hours. There's
It
no
should be instant.
There's no 24 hours. That is their customer service way of saying we got to get this guy off the phone.
F you.
We got to end this
We're
phone
in
call.
control.
Because what are you going to say when they say your cable will be on in 2 hours? At this point, you're like, okay, my cable's going to be on in 2 hours. Talk to you later. But my cable's still, I woke up this morning, cable is still not on. So here's what I had to do. At 5 o'clock yesterday, in order to get my cable turned on for the weekend, as they said, I had to drive up to North Tampa on North Del Mabry at 5 o'clock, which is,
Not super convenient.
like I'd rather take a swift kick to the groin.
Yeah.
And so...
Roland, give him the swift kick.
All right, so I drive 45 minutes, 50 minutes up there. I give him 2 forms of ID. The guy fills out the form. He faxes it to their fraud department, whatever.
Who faxes things
Right,
anymore?
right. That's what I'm saying.
So weird.
So he comes back. He gives me this thing I have in front of me that has a, you've seen these. It's been a while, right? But a fax confirmation form
Yes.
with the application, my 2 pieces of ID.
Is that document A?
And guess what he does? He comes out and says, "Sir, it's all worked out. Your cable will be turned on in 2 hours." All right, so cable's not on. Called this morning. They didn't get the form. No, they have no idea where the form went.
That's because you're using a fax machine.
I have no idea.
You know when
just,
it comes out the fax machine and falls on the floor, goes right under the desk, nobody sees it.
You should just get a balls box.
I've heard this. Now, I was going to call Mike because he talks about it.
I don't know. Wait, what's a balls box?
But you have to have internet. to have a balls box, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, exactly.
What's a balls box?
It's-
Does it have to be a man to have the balls box?
Balls box is this thing that you pay.
It's like a
It's like a Roku or an Apple TV.
It's like a Sling TV, but
just
it's.
many more options, quote unquote options that
Yeah.
you could do with it.
Do you have a balls box?
I have a box for balls.
There you go.
She's the
ball
creator
keeper.
of the balls
That joke's
box.
never going to get old, by the way.
So Frontier Communications has put my whole for 2 days. I've just been irate because there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than a company telling you that they're going to do something and they don't do it. Right? I mean, that's business 101.
So you're able to still do internet and stuff?
No, I have nothing.
Okay.
Dark, silent.
So
at
are
the
you
helpline
calling
office.
like a corporate office?
I'm calling. Listen,
You guys could kumbaya.
That's
you have
the
a
other
beautiful
thing
house.
is-
Go sit and look at
That's
the
the other
water.
thing. They have.
He can go to
the
his
le-
ex-wife's house. They're not home this
The
weekend.
the left hand doesn't talk to the right hand. So every call you get transferred like 5 times. Oh, sir. Well, I see that it's on a disconnect on your phone. Yeah, obviously there's a disconnect on my file because my cable's not working. Oh, we got to get you over to a customer service. So you get on the phone with them, and you get transferred 5 times, and it's a joke.
What if you go to the Frontier store?
I did.
But be there so they can call.
Dawn.
Wait, whoa.
Dawn and Jamie were here when I was on the phone with the guy who sent the fax yesterday. I called the store. He goes, "Oh, there's nothing I can do."
He's the fax keeper.
We're a separate company.
How are you a separate
separate
company?
I said, "What's on your marquee? What's on the front of your store?"
Yeah.
It says Frontier Communications.
No, that guy's he is a
It's-
telemarketer.
No.
It's a call
They're
center.
sales.
Yeah, it's a
You know,
call
it's probably,
center.
you probably can buy a franchise.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh.
a sales franchise to be Frontier Sales. But look, it is just everybody in Tampa since the day they turned over to Verizon. We've done it on the show before. You had a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that
She's got lots of
eventually.
problems. I mean, if we're gonna be frank.
Eventually,
I do.
I understand that they have a lot of customers, but eventually they would think that they have to get this customer service thing worked out. They have to get the communications.
Unless they're the only game in town, it's like an airline. It's like what do you can
It's
complain
not,
about
though.
Delta, but you got to get on the plane.
It's not, and I'll tell you what. If they did, I need fast internet, right? And if they didn't have, they have the fastest internet. It's Vio, so you're not sharing it like the other providers. You
Getting
share
all
with
this,
the
JoJo?
What you so that's the only reason that I am still with them is because of the speed of their internet.
All right. Well, you just need to be meaner. Because being nice gets you nowhere.
JoJo,
He didn't sound very nice.
Don, Jamie.
Oh, he wasn't mean.
He wasn't very
How
nice.
how would you describe my demeanor towards these Frontier representatives?
It was hostile, but it wasn't. You weren't aggressive enough.
Well, you were throwing out a few 4-letter words,
Yeah.
so not
Like
you weren't
funk?
saying things like that. I would say that you were probably about 2 steps below hostile, but you were close. You were very boiling.
Let me tell you something. The insides do not match the outsides in because I am so there is nothing worse. I mean, one time, okay, I've in since Thursday at 2:00.
This segment brought to you by Frontier Communications, by the way.
I have been on the phone, or I've been told 5 different times. I'm not kidding, and one in person that my cable will be turned on a specific amount of time. And there's nothing worse. And
You should sue him. You're losing business. You're
Yeah,
not able to
know
work
what?
from home.
I'm sure there's some. I'm sure, like United Airlines, there's some
there
disclaimer tucked away somewhere that says any disruption of service will not be mean.
Well,
for
find it and say and give it to me. They'd
Anyways,
have to actually do work to dig that up and send it to you.
Let's talk about something good.
Okay.
I mean, let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about something that doesn't have to do with Frontier Communications. But I will tell you, if you want glutton for punishment, you want terrible customer service.
You had to know it wasn't going to end when he said it was going to end.
No.
Go to Frontier. If you're a glutton, just hope your cable doesn't break. Because when it works, it's okay. You know, the internet's great. The TVs, they get all the channels. It's fine. But if it breaks, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Anyways, I feel
Wow.
better. Thank you for letting me get that off your chest.
And
JoJo,
that's
anyone?
Swig.
And there's our show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Life Out Loud here. Hey, by the way, we need to get Lisa's name either off the intro or that girl better show up once in a while because she is going to be here next week, by the way.
Is
Yes,
she?
because we
That's
will be.
because we're going to be at Sacred Pepper.
Yeah, for the Apple a Day brunch.
Are there any
1 week
tickets left?
today.
There are, but they are very limited. I just got a text from Mike Olivera.
Oh my God, I don't know what these people are waiting for. They're $35 a ticket, and you get to be with everybody from the station, which is super fun.
How cheap can you be? It's $35 for a
Food,
good
you get
cause.
2 drink tickets if you're of the legal drinking age. You get to hang out from 12 to 3. I mean,
I'm bringing my kids.
you should. It's going to be
I'm bringing
fun.
Mike.
I bought 6
yeah.
tickets. Did you buy your tickets?
Yeah.
No,
Bring
you
in the
didn't.
kids. No, we did.
No, you didn't.
Swear to God, we did. Swear we did. And so Lisa said, do we need to buy the tickets or should we just call? I said, you got to buy the tickets. And then if we need to call and say, can we sit here instead of there, that's fine, but buy the dang tickets.
Well, I think that after the check that your mother-in-law wrote, which was very generous, if you weren't listening, she pledged
10 grand.
10 grand to Apple Day
She
program.
said she didn't. She said it's from the family. But I'm going to be honest with you. She was the only one on the phone. When I called and said, Mom, you should have listened. It was great. She said, oh, we got to do something for the kids. That's, the way she is.
But this is a big, and I also have some breaking news about that. In addition, there's always been some speculation. We didn't know quite yet, but Vincent Jackson is going to be there.
He's going to come.
He's going to come, and he might get behind the bar and do some guest bartending.
Just don't get him drinking.
Fun.
So we're working.
Right, that's so much more fun.
So not only will you have every Bone personality from programming from 6.
If you have a bone to pick, it's going to be there.
From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then after we'll BDRS.
Yes.
So pretty much the whole day of programming, everybody's going to be in the same room, which is very rare.
Yes.
JP and Roger are coming down, and it's going to be a great event. We're going to be there.
Sacred Pepper.
I don't know if that's going to deter anybody from coming, but we will.
But we kick it off.
Yeah, we're going to start from 10 to 12 with our broadcast. Hopefully, people coming and chatting.
There will be a special drink.
Ooh, Ben, how do you know about the drink?
Well, I will not be drinking it.
Ben likes to get other people drunk, though.
I drink for the past 22 years. I've been drinking vicariously through people.
Yeah.
So people, like when they come over to my house, I have a bottle of alcohol or whatever, but I always make their drinks.
A bottle of alcohol.
And they are always amazed about how strong my drinks are. Because I drink vicariously. I drink like
you would want to drink.
Exactly. But anyways, special cocktail on Sunday. The juice, JoJo's juice.
It is going to be JoJo's juice.
I didn't know that.
I just made that up.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I just made it up.
You just made it up.
I just made it, but we're gonna make it happen.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
Will each one come like you used to be able to buy it?
It's a lot of work I'm going to have to do
to put
my
touch
on that
a
juice.
Kiss comic book, and they all went down and put a vial of blood into the ink.
Oh.
And that was the whole thing. So are you going to do something where something from JoJo is in the drink? Maybe not the blood. That could hurt people. Maybe just a little saliva. I mean, what are you thinking? Kiss,
Sure.
Will you kiss each drink?
Yeah, I'll stick my tongue in every drink.
So,
stick my finger and
well,
to
you better
stir
get
it.
those juices flowing because you're gonna have to make about 750 drinks.
Okay.
All right.
Yay.
Speaking of blood,
Oh my
I was watching this. I was reading this article about the coolest vinyl ideas that bands have come up with.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was the Flaming Lips put in the middle of the disc. They sort of made it enough space, and they put blood in there. And so some of these ideas were so cool. They only made, I think, 50 of them, and there were a couple. I think there were $1,200 to buy it, but it all went to a charity. But some of these ideas, and I'll find the thing and I'll post it at Miggs and Swig, everything, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But these ideas were so creative. You love it. I know you're getting back into vinyl.
Yeah.
But some of them were. I mean, there was one made out of wood, but everything still played.
Really?
One was ice.
Wow.
But it played. You obviously had to get it back in the freezer quick. But
Right. Oh yeah.
You can get the first 30 seconds.
Or it didn't play. But
I'll tell you, I really am enjoying it's more about the history when you're holding vinyl. There's something really cool about
it's like a book.
It is the routine that I really love. When you first put it, you undo it, you kind of hold it on the edges, you flip it over, you put it on, and then you put it the stylus right on the edge. You get that little crack, which is beautiful.
The thing I don't like, because you get used to this,
is the sound.
Well, and then after 5 songs, you got to get up and turn the thing over, right?
Right.
But I remember growing up, I don't know how I would do it. I would literally sit on the end of my bed, and you guys, if you're watching Bone TV, you could see it. But I would sit on the end of this bed and put my hands here, and I would do this to the songs at whatever speed.
Just rock back
and
and forth.
Rock back and forth.
What, did your mom have you on some Thorazine or something?
No, do you know that?
Why were you rocking?
It's what I did.
If you could see Don rocking right now, he looked like Jack Nicklaus in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
People made fun of me all the time when we used to be on tour in the van. I would be doing this when music was on, and I've learned to stop doing it because it was
a little tick. It looked a little weird, yeah.
People look at you like you got some trouble. But listen, we're gonna have to go to commercial. It is Mother's Day tomorrow. I want to talk about what you guys have planned for moms, and I also want to talk to our moms. And Against my better
2
judgment,
hour moms?
Yeah, against better judgment, I have asked Kathy, my mom,
God.
to call in.
You are not going to want to miss this.
No,
people.
you are not.
Whether it happens in the next segment,
I don't
anywhere before 12 o'clock, if you're around, just keep this dial to because it is the best entertainment you could possibly
Remember
have.
last
Dawn's
year?
Mom. Oh,
She didn't make the call. She said, I tried calling, Donnie. You told me to call, and I tried calling, and I got it wrong or something. Like, it's one number. It's one time. I don't understand you get it wrong. We have Clean Juice is actually joining JoJo for the juice.
Yay, so excited for them to sponsor.
Which is great. We
Yes.
have my friend, Fred from the band Cowboy Mouth. If you remember that band, he's going to call in and talk about the Margarita Festival, which is happening on May 27th, which is with Bare Naked Ladies and with my new band, The Whole Damn Mess. And we're going to be giving away 2 tickets for that with Monica. She's going to be coming in from the Margarita Fest. There's a lot going on. We have Apple a Day Brunch at Sacred Pepper. 2
And
tickets.
tickets.
We're going to give away to that. I want to talk about Kim Kardashian and Tom Selleck when
my
we get
God.
back also.
That sounds like loads of fun.
All of that and more, and then all of that and more
Yes.
here on the Miggs and Swig Show. All right. We have a lot going on in this show today. Clean Juice joining with the with JoJo the Juice. We do, as I said, Fred from Cowboy Mouth is going to be calling in to talk about the Margarita Festival May 27th, which will be the debut of my band, actually, The Whole Damn Mess. And we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to that. We have 2 tickets for the Apple a Day Brunch at Sacred Pepper we're giving away today. I mean, we're chock full of
We're
things.
very nice people.
And I did want to talk about Kim Kardashian and Tom Selleck, but way more important, there are 2 things.
Please.
First of all, we have a friend that just joined us, Tim, with Metropolitan Ministries, which we're so excited. I'm CEO and president. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm thrilled to be here, man.
Well, before we get to you, and because you're all what's good in the world, we need to first finish up
Don't talk to my wife.
with whatever just happened on the phone, Joe.
Do we know? So on commercial, we were told that Ben had a phone call from someone that worked at Frontier Communications.
If you listen to the first segment, all
He's
we
having
talked about.
all the trouble with Frontier.
okay.
Do you know that was a
No.
legit call?
I have-
You gave them all your information.
I'm so desperate right now. All I could do was give 'em my phone number, my home phone that we don't even use.
They
And your
should,
home
and they
address.
should
Right.
have.
So we built this house, and I went to go plug in one cordless phone. There's no cordless phone. There's no phone outlets in our house.
no jacks.
No jacks. So anyway, so I don't really need a home. So I gave my home phone number, my name. I mean, look, I'm so desperate at this point. But hey, if it comes through,
It's a Christmas
I
miracle.
will eat crow and I will say something good
Okay.
about Frontier Communications. But Doug said he's on the case.
Doug
So
better be, or
we will
Doug's
see.
in for
Does
it.
Metropolitan Ministries use Frontier as their internet service provider?
Let's see. Yes, we do.
Okay.
And,
I'm sorry
but
to
we're
hear
a
that.
faith-based organization.
Oh, so
that might
they
have something
treat
to do with
God
it.
better.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Not the devil.
not the devil. Well,
Sorry,
I never
Ben.
knew that devil and the God could work together, but that's
Put a prayer in for
interesting.
you.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was at an event, a brunch, right? Was it a brunch or a
Lunch.
breakfast? Oh, lunch. All right, or neither. It
God,
wasn't
he has no clue.
just
brunch
woke
or
up,
breakfast. And it was amazing. There were several hundred people in this room, probably over 1,000, I would say, and all there for Metropolitan Ministries and just the amazing things that you guys do. And so, as I'm sitting there, when Tim and I met, I think we had met before, I said, Tim, you have to come on the show, and he said he would love to. And you know, he's a bigwig, president and CEO. You never know if they're actually going to show up, and. He walks through the door today, and he's here on the show. So thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you, Don, and thank you for the invite. You know, Humble Don and his band has been in.
Did you just call him Humble Don?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
Because
Fair
there's one little story.
Okay.
And that is he has donated his time and come into our kitchen with the whole Artist Against Hunger's program.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when you came down to help us out, and I was just in the kitchen this morning, and there was about 15 volunteers doing exactly what you guys did when you came down. And that's what's great about Metropolitan Ministries. Really, the only thing that's great about us is when the community shows up, great things happen. And we live in a great community, Tampa Bay. People are giving back on a regular basis. And at our lunch, we had a chance to tell our story. And it's an amazing organization that's been around for 45 years. And we continue to add more scope and more scale because the needs go away. Even though unemployment is down under 5%,
right.
I meet people every day that have a need, and we're expanding to meet that need. Actually, we're going to care for 57 more families this summer than we currently are. Right now, we serve about 124 families in residency every night, helping them get to self-sufficiency. Just last month, 44 of those families found housing.
Wow.
So we know the programs are working. The idea
I'm
is
sorry,
that
when you say they find housing, is that do you assist in helping them find
Absolutely.
So they stay with you transitionally?
Correct.
And then okay.
So
Ben,
the whole
meeting
idea is
some
that,
of these people,
I know.
It's amazing.
So would you say over those 40 years you have stats of how many meals you've done, how many families you've helped? I mean, it's got to be.
It's incredible. It's over 30 million meals because hunger was what we started with. We try to alleviate suffering. It's hunger and shelter program. It's over 600 shelter nights for men, women, and children. It's over 1 million meals every year that we're out there providing. And then just last month, like I said, we have housing counselors and employment counselors because at the end of the day, you need a job, you need some income, and you need an affordable place to stay. So we help people navigate through the crisis. And just the other day, I went into a shop to get a haircut. And it was a shop I never go into ever, ever, ever. And I sit down in the chair and the lady says, what brings you here today? And I said, destiny, just being kind of a smart aleck. And she said, really? What do you do? And I told her that I work at Metropolitan Ministries. She said, really? Are you a counselor there? I said, no, I'm the president. Get out of here. The president of Metropolitan Ministries is in my chair. I'm really interested about your programs. And do you take more mature families with older kids? Oh, yeah, we do that. And do you work with victims of domestic violence? Yeah, we do that. And do you work with people that maybe are doubled up right now and maybe need a place to stay? I looked at her and I said, you're asking me these questions because you're asking for yourself, aren't you? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, I guess this is destiny. And she started crying. And it's for her, it was just a symbol. She's looking for a little bit of hope. And I was humbled to be able to give that woman some hope. And now we're helping her navigate through that crisis. But that's just one woman, a working woman, trying to make ends meet. Husband abandoned her. He's not providing any child support. And she's trying to make ends meet, and her mom is going to kick her out at the end of the month. So it doesn't matter what unemployment is.
Right.
There are people in crisis from what happens in life and different events.
Being employed and being over the poverty line are two different things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I mean, I think that I would hope that everybody can agree upon this, whether you're Republican or whatever political thing. But if you're going to go to work and work 40 hours a week and show up and do your job, there's no way in this country you should be living below the poverty line. I mean, it's just one of those things and that's what happens a lot of times with Section 8 housing, for example. And people go to work, they work, but it's just not enough to pick up the cost of living. So there's that subsidy, not a handout, a subsidy to enable them to, and it sounds like it's a lot what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. And there's those that are struggling to care for their family. That might be a disability to the family. So they have to be there for their child.
Right.
And they can't work, and they have just very little to make it work.
There are a lot of different circumstances behind.
And these people can't even get shoes.
Right.
I mean, they're just living paycheck to paycheck.
How do you
day
get
to
up,
day.
though? How do you get up in the morning, honestly, and not... There are two sides to it. One is like, I don't know how you're not like I just started crying on that story because I'm kind of a wimp. But the other side is, how do you keep the positive side when you're in there with these people, when some of them, I mean, life has dealt them a really terrible hand. And the other thing that I find is that I have money. And all I want to do all the time is give away money. Like, and you can't, at some point you can't save everybody. But it's a constant thing where it's like right now, all I'm thinking is, all right, well, I don't give enough money there. I got to go give more money there. And it's, how do you get up in the morning and make it all make sense in your head when you go to bed at night?
So that's a really interesting question. I guess what we try to focus on is this word hope. And I came to Metropolitan Ministries 11 years ago, and we had this big holiday assistance program that everybody knows us about, that we'd give the toys, the turkeys at the holidays. And I was just curious to see if it really made a difference in someone's life. And I met this woman, Barbara, and we had given her some food and a little onesie for a 1-year-old. And I met with her, and she said we gave her hope. And I thought we just gave her a couple commodity items, but she found hope because someone loved on her and cared for her. She met some volunteers, and she got a little something to help her through that day. And I think that's the way we look at it, is what can we do for someone today to give them a little bit of hope? And so we don't believe there's any wrong door when somebody walks into our outreach center. We may not be the answer to every crisis that comes in the door, but we'll help somebody navigate that crisis to find the help, whether it's another agency or at Metropolitan Ministries.
So what's the hope you guys are doing now? What do you have going on that we can actually tell people about today?
Well, there's, we need volunteers throughout the summertime, and also donations drop off during the summertime. If you want to do a food drive or a diaper drive to help some of our young moms with Mother's Day coming up, that's a great way where your gift, 100% of your gift goes directly to the people we serve. If you want to do a food or a clothing drive, or, donate your own clothes, old clothes that we give away at our outreach center. Volunteering is a great way to get involved, and then we feed people for $1.96. So if you want to help us feed somebody, we actually have a match going on. You can go right to our website, and you can feed somebody for $1.96, and with the matching grant, you could feed 2 people for that. So those are some things. And then coming up in the fall, we've got a great event for any of the foodies that are out there, and maybe even some of the restaurants that are listening. We're going to do a food fight, Tampa Bay food fight, where we're going to do St. Pete against Tampa. It's going to be like an Iron Chef competition.
Do we actually get to throw food?
Animal
House. Food fight!
That will be
That's
after party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to insult the chefs.
I wouldn't mind being able to huck a big chunk of Jell-O at the
This
side
sounds
of
super fun.
Wait, give us the date again.
So we're going to do that October 17th. We're going to do it at the new Armature Works building right next to Eulalie. Down there as that development moves forward.
Love Richard and what he does too.
It's going to be a great site. And then we're going to get 25 restaurants from St. Pete, 25 from Tampa, and we're going to do it like an Iron Chef competition. We're going to put up a boxing ring and
That's great.
get some celebrity sous chefs. But the point of that program is, and the proceeds, is we have this culinary job training program that we offer to our clients. We offer to folks coming out of A. Brown Ministry, ex-offenders, kids aging out of foster care. They can come take a culinary training class on our campus at no cost to them. It's a 3-month job training program with a month of externship. And because it's free to them, what we're trying to do is raise funds to continue to support that program. We would like to get 1,000 scholarships. I should say, not 1,000, 100 scholarships out of that program.
What do they cost?
So it's $3,000
per scholarship.
And so what we're going to do is sponsorships will be available, and tickets will be coming out. We'll go out to the market in August. But if anybody wants to get involved with either sponsorship or underwriting, or they want to participate, they can contact Chef Cliff Barcy at 813-209-1049. So that's Cliff Barcy, 209-1049 if you're interested in sponsorship or you want to get your restaurant involved in this great cause that creates job training opportunities. And our kids are coming out of this program and they're working at Eulalie. They're working at Bazoo and the Marriott Waterside, and we are working with Jeff Gigante to get him into all the fresh kitchens. And so there's a lot of great opportunities. They're getting jobs and they're holding their jobs, and that's what we love about this program, because it's helping those young people that are at
We
risk.
will have all the information just put off on Miggs and Swig social media, Twitter. We'll tweet that out. So when you look at what you just said, and if the thrift shop, if it's the meals, if it's the scholarship program, and the listeners listen right now, and they want to give where. I mean, can you say where, as a CEO president, you would need the most help right now? It might change tomorrow or might change next week. But if you, is it donation for food? Is it thrift shop?
Yeah, I'd say wherever that individual feels like they want to make a difference, we can do. If you go to metromin.org, the opportunities for volunteering, we can take 200 volunteers every day. We can take 200 volunteers and give them something meaningful to do. If somebody just wants to donate clothing, that will go to a good use. If they want to donate financially, of course, that will go directly to support our programs.
Well, personally, I just want to thank you and your organization for everything you've done for the community. I mean, it's legendary here. I mean, it
really
helps a
is.
lot of people, and that many 30 million people over. I mean, forget about all the other services, but just feeding people who want to go who are hungry in this country is unacceptable. And for what you do, thank you.
Thank you, Ben. And again, it all goes right back to the community because we can't do it without the community. So it's a strong partnership where the community gets behind us. We're not a big government agency. It's privately supported. 85% of all our support is private donations. Only 15% is public. So it is the Tampa Bay community that makes it happen.
Well, we're going to need to have you come in again, and we'll make sure that we keep up on the food fight.
Yeah.
And I'm just
And he's going to work to be a better person.
I'm
also,
biting my lip because
and
I
not
want
be so terrible.
I want to give more.
So it's destiny that put me in here again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We got a check for $300,000. What is it? 300?
No, 30,000.
30,000 for
30,000 will take
If he
care
wants
of
to be selfish and do them all, he could write a check for 300,000.
300.
300. Oh, I got my numbers wrong.
It's 100
You forgot
times
a zero.
It's 100 times 3,000, right?
Only if you want to be selfish.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being here. Anytime you want to come back or let us know what you've got going on, we'd be happy to spread the word.
Jojo, what do we have coming up here? There's
Well, I'm
several
very
things.
excited. We have my friend Michelle, who is co-owner of Clean Juice. There's one currently in Carrollwood, but they're working on many more locations in the area. So she's going to talk with
Is she going
me
to tell us how
about juice
and how to get your juice clean? Because it's pretty dirty from what I understand. But I don't know. We'll ask Michelle that
that
question.
is not true. But if I do need to clean and tighten myself up, my friends at South Tampa Dermatology are there for me. And I actually just got a text message that Jim and everybody there would like to donate a free Botox with a Friend certificate for the Apple a Day
Oh my gosh.
giveaway.
That's because they're. But
So the winner gets to bring a friend for a free facial and Botox for 2. He
That's
said, go ahead
amazing.
and give your wrinkles the summer off.
Can Jim also, can he fix the zit issue I
He
have?
said if you stop touching your face
That'll
and
be the
poking
start?
at it, it'll go away.
All right.
So do yourself a favor. They've got an unbelievable array of services that they offer. Like I said, Botox. They have Kybella tattoo removal. If you put a name on there that shouldn't be anymore. Laser hair removal. They also do, as you're going into the summer, you want to make sure to take care of your skin and protect it. They do cancer skin treatments. So give them a call at 813-872-9551. Tell them Miggs and Swig sent you, and we'll be right back. 102.5 The Bone.
Treat her right. Treat your mother right. Treat her right. Treat her right.
That's great.
Treat her right. Treat your mother right. Treat her right. Treat her right.
Mother, there is no other like mother. So treat her right.
Okay, Mr. T.
Mother.
Hey, by the way, Miles from Moffitt is happening as we speak, and it must be getting close to the finish line.
Jojo,
or
how was the
something, right?
swim this morning that you committed to doing?
Well, the swim was
Last
last week,
week.
Oh.
so it was
Well,
great.
how was it? I forgot to ask you last week.
It was cold and rainy, and they moved it somewhere else.
She did the breaststroke unlike any I've ever seen.
I've got it down.
But today is Miles for Moffitt. Today is the
run.
race, and hopefully, if
Yes.
anyone is at the race and listening to Miggs and Swig, we'd love for you to call in and just tell us how it's going.
yeah.
That'd be
I have
wonderful.
to step out. This is my Frontier contact.
Oh, hi, Doug.
So Ben can't be here for this segment because he's working on it to make sure that he can watch Game of Thrones reruns tonight.
You know,
Well, in all
prioritize. You have to
fairness,
prioritize.
In all
Go
fairness,
ahead.
he doesn't have internet,
Okay.
so there's not a whole lot you can do.
Except he has a brand new house with a beautiful view on the water. They could and 2 kids running around. They could probably find some things to do.
Oh, could he?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I'm drinking clean juice right now.
Okay.
The orange.
How do you
and
feel about it?
It's unbelievable, and she is in here today. We're going to be talking
With
at
Michelle.
Michelle, we're going to be speaking with Michelle at the top of the hour.
Yeah, she's going to be on for the juice, but she is here, and I didn't
Serving
know
the
that they had
juice.
coffee, organic coffee with coconut oil, and it is one of the best things that I have ever drank. Is that good?
That's very,
Is that
very
carrot?
delicious. No, that's orange, and it says so
Oh.
right on the
Oh,
thing.
orange.
Hey, real quick, it's Mother's Day is right around the corner, literally.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And we thought it'd be fun to have moms call in, and I just want to make sure if this is my mom. Mom, are you there?
I'm here, honey.
How are you?
Oh, this is going to be
Happy
the best.
Mother's Day, daughter.
All right. Hey, look
This
at
is
that.
going to be the best segment ever.
She thinks
Ben,
I'm Lisa.
Ben, Ben, it's not going to be the best segment ever. It's
Yes, it is.
First and foremost, Mom, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome.
You're okay. You don't care that there are 300,000 listeners right now.
It depends what you're going to ask me.
All right.
I never know what you're going to ask.
Mom had a little soul. What's going to ask me?
I
So,
hear them laughing. That means they know it.
No, we're
no,
laughing
Mom,
with you.
remember
With
this.
you.
This show is about laughter, Mom. Laughter and love and acceptance. And all we want to do is entertain people and make them think a little bit.
So let's just get right to the
this
brass
is Ben.
tacks here.
Now, Ben's talking, Mom.
Hi there.
Hi. Tell me, having a son like Don Miggs must have been a very strenuous, stressful exercise and attrition. What was it like, actually, being Don Miggs' mother?
Never stressful with him.
Never what?
Never stressful with him.
Never stressful.
Thank you, Mom.
No.
Thank you, Mom.
Nope.
Love you so
He was
much.
never a
He was-
problem.
Not really. Nope.
Because he was antisocial and kind of a loner?
No.
Oh.
No. Mm-mm. Not Donnie.
Mom, was I popular as a youth? I had
Were you
friends.
popular?
Yeah,
Yes.
I had friends, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of girls.
Were they real or imaginary?
They were real. No.
Really?
He had me go on a trip because he wanted me to be there, and I sat all by myself while he sat at a table, and there was nothing but girls all there, and the guys came to me and said, I don't know what he's got, but, you know.
He's got
He's
it.
gay.
I don't
That's
know-
why.
I don't even know why I went on this trip. I was sick that day, too, and I said, I don't think I can make it.
So we just had Tim Marks in from Metropolitan Ministries, and so now two people have just blown me away by.
I know.
Okay, and he referred to Don as humble Don, and you're just telling me that he was easy, no worry. Would you consider Don a humble Don? Is that an appropriate expression?
No.
Are you? What are you doing? Are you
She's in a
cooking?
gunfight.
Are you making some coffee? Cooking? What's going on over there, Mom?
Nothing's going on over here.
Okay, so tell me.
Open mail, but that's it.
Oh, opening mail. Is Don a humble Don in your eyes?
Nope.
Nope.
He's just wonderful.
Oh,
Oh, just wonderful.
He's always been, very, very good. I can't really complain. I was always worried about raising boys, and he was the easiest.
we had one moment, Mom, when I was about 16, for a couple of months where we didn't get along well. And I remember speaking to Dad one day. I said, Mom's just mad at me right now. And he literally just goes, well, Mom hates you, but she'll get over it, and you guys will become friends again. And a few months later, we
I
did.
never hated you.
All right, well,
Don't use that word.
all right.
She didn't
Dislike
like
I hate
you.
my children.
Now,
So who's your favorite child?
I don't have a favorite.
I mean, but
No.
you got to favor one,
Come on, it's just the three of us. You can
yeah,
answer.
we don't care.
We don't care. We won't tell anybody. Just so, who was your favorite?
Donnie was always.
Donnie.
The girls would say he was a mama's boy, but I never saw him as a mama's boy.
Because you didn't like him very much.
Well, see, here's the way I see it go down. The reason why Don was such a ladies' man is because he
good-looking.
misportrayed himself as a mama's boy because all the girls loved it. But in actuality, his own mom didn't think he was a mama's boy. So that's the
No.
way he plays. You see what I'm saying?
My
He
mother
came
taught me
across-
sensitivity for sure.
Oh, you're sensitive. I'll give you
She
that.
definitely taught me
Because
sensitivity.
you're gay. I'm just going to stick by that.
He
you,
might
little, you
be.
little ginger,
People
you
ask
cute
me-
little ginger.
People ask me all the time.
Mom,
Don's
did you,
not gay?
yeah, did you ever think, Mom, I was gay ever?
Yes, that's
Nope.
a good question.
No.
Not a
When
chance.
you asked me about somebody I won't mention, and you said, well, I really can't even say it, but, I won't even.
Oh, you can say it,
No,
Mom.
you can't.
Yes,
That's
you can.
probably a good idea. I
You
don't-
want me to say it?
No,
Okay,
no. I don't know what it is you're gonna say. I'm good with the
All
go
right,
with now.
Uncle Tommy.
Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, Uncle Tom. He was a gay man.
Okay, yes. And
I was very
you
young.
came
I was
to me,
like
you were laying in the
8.
bed. I don't know if you remember. And we were talking and laughing and whatnot and doing our stupid things. And you said to me, Mom, I got a question to ask you. And I said, what? As I was walking, because you yelled to me as I was walking out into the hall in the Brooklyn Boulevard house. And I said, yeah, what? He says, Ma, is Uncle Tommy, you know, Ma. And he flipped his hand a few times and he says, I said, what? Gay?
universal.
He
Yeah,
said,
universal sign for gay
Right,
had to
the
be
lip
his.
wrist.
When you're 8 years old,
So
that
then
would.
I said, why? Does it matter? Would you love him any less? And he looked at me and he said, no. So I said, okay, good. Keep that thought. And I went to walk out, and he says, "Ma?" And I said, "What?" He says, "Do I call him uncle or aunt?"
That's
I
cute.
said, "Get the hell out of here."
That's cute.
He always had something to say and whatnot. So I had told his uncle that, what he had said. And then, of course, Uncle Tommy did play a little bit more towards Connie, purposely.
Yeah.
Especially after that, you know.
So his friends definitely played a little more towards me when I
They
used to
didn't
sleep
play
over
with
there.
you, though.
No.
As far as
okay.
we know, they played a little.
Yeah,
they
the
might-
one that, you know,
Yeah,
well, that was Aunt Sandy's.
Yeah.
So you said that Don was easy and never a problem. Now, did he keep? Because I can't get. This isn't sinking in for me. Like, you know, knowing Don. Did he keep you guys on your toes all the time, or was he really an easy kid? He doesn't seem like he was like somebody that just was no problems or whatever. But it seems like.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, see,
because-
I do. He's such a homebody and like a
Yeah,
exactly.
he was a homebody.
yeah.
But
He's not gonna be out getting in trouble.
I didn't have to tell him, you know, what time to come home most
No,
times.
yeah,
he was in the house and he was in bed and, you know.
Practicing
Oh,
guitar.
yeah.
But by keeping you on
Yes.
your toes, by keeping him on toes, I mean, Don
A-lot.
likes to poke. Don likes
Oh,
to
I'm a
poke the
poker.
bear.
I'm a
He likes
poker.
to poke the bear. He likes to, you know, he's an
Oh,
instigator.
definitely.
So, I meant on
But
that side. I'm not.
like that too.
Yeah.
But now you turn the tables around. When we went on that trip, when he had all the girls, I was a clown. I was always a clown. Now I calmed down. But I bought an umbrella hat. I don't know if Tom remembers that. And it was in white with pink polka dots. And I wore it. And he said, "Ma, do me a favor, please, take that off."
I was very
I said,
proud.
"Why?" And his friends thought that was the coolest and the funniest thing. And Don could not
Coolest?
handle me wearing that stupid umbrella hat on my head.
That's
that I
because
bought.
he wanted to wear it.
I was gonna say he didn't like that. His friends were thinking that his mama was a MILF in her little polka dot hat.
My mom
Yeah,
was.
if I did stupid things, he would get embarrassed and say, "No, Mom," you know. So, you know, he wasn't, you know, where the girls would crack up laughing or every Halloween, I always bought the shaving cream for everybody. So all the kids would come to my house and I would let them shave and cream me and, you know.
What
as
a
long as it
cool
was in
mom.
my yard and, you know, we just.
Never my dad, though.
Well,
If
yeah.
you're just tuning into the Miggs and Swig show, we have Miss Kathy Meagle on the phone, Don's mom,
and
and a ray of light. What's the nicest thing Donnie's ever done for you?
I was born.
moved out of the house.
No. The nicest thing, Donnie, there's so many things he's really done for me.
I mean,
And I think just being there and loving me.
Oh.
You know, whenever I was sick back in my early years, you know, even when I cut my finger half off and my other one, he was the first to come running and say, come on, she's got to get in there, you know. So he was a very, you know,
Aww.
he was that type of kid,
Donnie.
you know.
Kathy, we just want to thank you for calling in. I know that you know it may
you had
maybe
way
made you-
better things to do.
yeah, exactly.
You could
And-
make a better son than
and-
what I have.
And I'm just for
Put it that way.
for me, happy
know.
Mother's Day to
Happy
you,
Mother's Day.
to you, and to all the moms out there.
Thank
It is
you.
a thankless, hard job, and
it's pretty thankful.
you know, for us dads to get 364 days out of the year, and moms to only get one is fair enough. But
Oh my God, I don't know how Ben actually stays married. Okay, great, Mom. Thanks for
Happy
calling
Mother's
in.
Day,
Have a
Kathy.
great day.
We
I
love
love you.
I love you.
All right.
And happy anniversary. I hope it was wonderful.
Oh, it was wonderful, Mom. We had lots of intimate times.
I'm not going to have a baby girl.
No, I mean no.
Oh,
not
well,
from what I was doing, Mom. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Can't get pregnant
All right,
in the
Don.
back, Kathy.
All right, cool it. Oh,
Talk
God, what
to
a
you
fun.
later.
all right, thanks.
That's what I mean. He comes out with all the...
Yeah,
All right.
all the zingers.
All right. See you, Mom.
love you.
All right. I love you.
All right.
Sometimes you gotta let that
I mean,
one
look, I'm of the opinion right now. Every year we get your mom on the phone, and I think pretty soon she should make a weekly appearance here on the Miggs and Swig show. Because,
She'd forget.
but you know what? She's classic.
Oh, she's classic.
I mean, she could have a reality show, and it would be.
I feel like we could have just taken our headphones off and walked out of the room
Oh, yeah,
for
she
45
wouldn't have
minutes
no
and,
idea.
come back, and she still
Still
would have been.
talking.
Yeah.
If Mom isn't listening now, I would tell you, you know, because they're funny stories. But yeah, my mom.
She could
She
talk.
can take.
I love
she
that.
Can take the room.
Yeah.
it's
Good for her.
yeah, it's almost like Izzy, my daughter, who
Oh.
who I can do. She'll just sit there talking.
Talk.
And I could be on the phone, headphones on, and I'd take them off, and she would just still be there talking.
You know, we are going to have to go to break here.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
What do we got
It's
next?
going to happen. Well, we still need to
Lots
give
of
away
stuff.
tickets. We got 2 sets of tickets to give away. One for the Margarita Fest, one for Apple a Day at Sacred Pepper, which is happening on May 20th.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday, and the Saturday after is the Margarita Festival.
That is true. All of those informations are correct.
We got to do.
For
Are
the
you
first
coming to
time ever
Margarita
in the
Festival?
history of the world.
You're not going.
I can't. I need to make sure I'm all packed and done.
I would have if I was invited, but
And
never
clean.
mind.
It's open to the public.
Thank you, Joe.
Jesus.
I still we
Almost
have to go to
needs a
commercial,
handwritten
but
invitation.
Kim Kardashian, Tom Selleck were some big C's that I saw when I was in LA. By
Okay.
the way, Kim Kardashian's ass, I could see it from here, and she was in LA.
Who has a bigger mustache?
Her ass is so incredibly large, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't even understand. Is that
Look.
attractive?
No,
Look, no.
it's terrible.
I don't
She
understand
looks
how it's even
horrible.
comfortable to walk around
I
with
like
or
a
sit
big.
with.
I like a big butt.
Yeah.
But I don't like a big butt where you can put a couple pool chairs back there, a lawn chair, a chaise lounge, and a pool and hang out.
She was
That's
sitting.
a little big.
We were sitting at the Polo Lounge, and literally, she needed a second seat just
Yeah.
to get the excess.
So she'd need a second seatbelt if she flew commercial. It's just for her butt.
Just for that,
She
yeah.
needs one for her butt, one for.
Because you got to have it. It's got to sit low.
Yeah.
All right.
God,
listen, we
that's
can-
just not. I see. I just.
I like.
I don't get it.
butts and I cannot
No.
lie.
You know what though? We do have to go to commercial. So when we come back, we are gonna talk with. We have Clean Juice joining JoJo on the juice.
Holla.
You got all that. I do. My mother. That whole thing was just. I need a
Awesome.
minute. I
She was
still need a
great.
minute. All
My
right.
mom clearly didn't want to talk,
My
so she
mom-
didn't call in.
My
so
mom's
that's
gone
totally
radio
fine.
silent.
She can
I
call
asked her
in later.
yesterday. I asked my mom yesterday, and she has not texted me back.
Cool.
Your mother doesn't like you. Okay, you're listening to the Miggs and Swig show.
All right, everybody.
Pay attention.
Starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show.
The conversation is about to get louder. You're listening to Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, Lisa, and JoJo. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts and sports. Get ready for Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get the show on the road.
Wow.
Wow.
What a show thus far. I'm eating what are these?
Animal crackers?
Animal crackers. I am drinking my clean juice. I'm drinking the orange, which is amazing. You guys should go and get that. What a show we've had so far. We've had Metropolitan Ministries in, Tim Marks.
Yeah. Great guy.
You want to talk about people doing amazing things. Those guys. If you want to be involved in anything,
it makes me feel so terrible about myself.
well, you're not a good person.
I know.
As
So
you
being
said,
around someone like Tim makes me have to face facts. I'm an awful human being.
You should go to Metropolitan Ministries and donate something, your time,
Yes.
money, do something.
By the way,
worthwhile.
it's $2 to feed somebody. Like you
You-
have $2.
Right, come
you
on.
have $10. Feed more than one person.
And our friends at Miles for Moffitt, congratulations on your the run today. I don't know what you've raised. We'd love to hear from someone an update on that. It's Mother's Day. If you missed last segment, my mom did call in. One of
great.
the greatest moments in my life.
We've also been riding along this journey of frontier miscommunications
what's going on then?
with Ben Swig over there, and
So,
you have a little
I have
update
a
for us,
little
or what's
update,
that? You
yeah,
had to
yeah.
step out of the room.
So my friend Doug, who called and heard we were talking about on the radio, which shows just the power of radio, has emailed me now this Frontier Digital Voice terms and conditions.
his email handle is not like Big Daddy.
No,
at-
I did check it. It's an
Okay.
actual
It's a
Frontier.
legit okay.
Right, because I'm so desperate at this point.
Right.
It's like I'm so cult
He
ready.
didn't ask you to send any pictures, did he?
No,
Right.
because Roland left the room, and a phone call came in that wasn't on Ben's phone during the commercial.
I
They
have
called the studio, so I'm like, this guy's lying. It's Roland out there.
Mr. Doug C. at Frontier Communications is just so. I gave him all my information. Right, I'm so cult ready that like somebody told me to get my cable on. If somebody told me to drink the Gatorade right now, I'd be ready. Okay, so I'm ready for. So some guy calls a radio station, says he's a supervisor of Frontier. Asked me for my information. I give it to him. I give my cell phone number.
Home address.
And he sends me this terms and conditions that I link. And he says that my service is now back on.
Doug C.
What's your wife say?
I don't know. I'm going to have to find that out.
Get the bell.
Can we get her on the phone?
Yeah, We'd
Yeah,
like to hear
we'll
from
figure
this.
out if this is truly. But you know what?
If it is true, I want to just say this, Doug. You're the man, and your company still did a really crappy job of making this all right. But you have taken things into
Like
your
he
own
didn't
hands.
need to go out of his way. He wasn't even listening to the radio. He said a friend of his was listening to our show.
Thanks to
And
the
then he
friend.
called Doug and said, "Look, man, they're blasting your company."
Are
on
you
the
having
radio."
Doug over for a barbecue or something this weekend?
I don't know, Doug. Just send me a picture of yourself and your criminal background to my Twitter account, Ben Swig Radio, and we can talk about maybe progressing this relationship a little
I
further.
hope it worked.
All right, well, we got to get into
Yeah,
some
let's-
juice.
And now, talking about the juice with JoJo. Rolling down the screen, searching headlines, talking about the juice. Here's JoJo.
Hi. Sorry, I was reading a message because Roland, would you go down and if you would be so kind? Sorry.
And paragraph.
Wow, we're getting ready to
And
talk
period.
about juice and
Roland, will you go down? Period.
Miss Monica from Margarita Festival. Nope. Yep, that's what it is, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Monica.
Is downstairs
How do you have an email text?
because I'm a little more important.
kind
than
of a
you.
big deal.
How did they text you? Do you know her?
I do know her.
Oh,
So Jojo,
Yes.
your juice segment, the juice with Jojo,
Yes.
now has
A sponsor.
a new friend.
I'm so excited. So,
Tell us.
a very old friend of mine, Miss
she's
Michelle.
not old,
We go way back.
because she's young and beautiful.
Well, of course she is, but I'm just saying she is a longtime friend, and no matter where our lives took us, we
Look.
always stayed in touch. And
Is it longtime friend, first time listener?
Oh, she's got a rock on.
yes,
Yeah.
So I was going to say that
And you don't.
These two juice representatives we have, Michelle's juice and JoJo's juice, a lot of guys could be very happy individuals. There's a lot of juice.
she has a very handsome husband and
does.
two beautiful daughters who I did want her to bring.
Wait,
but,
did you adopt them?
right?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Always. She's always.
Right.
So we went to college together at USF, and I started seeing her posting that she was opening up this store, and I didn't know what it was. And then all of a sudden, it was Clean Juice. It's up in Carrollwood, off of Dale Mabry. It's in the Carrollwood Village Shopping Center.
Correct.
And it is some of the most, because I can't drink green juice. I can't drink
Yeah.
stuff that's good for you. Like I need apples in there and all the stuff that
That-
isn't supposed to be like
That's
to
what
make
I
it
told
sweeter.
her when she walked
Yeah.
in. She brought us a sample. I was like, "Do you have anything that tastes like you didn't just grab a handful of your backyard and put it in your mouth? You know, like the grass or the."
They do have the wheatgrass and stuff. But anyway, so I want you to talk about Clean Juice and how you got into it, because I think it's fascinating, and I think it's really a really cool way to keep people healthy.
Absolutely. So I have been juicing, I'd say, for about 4 years now.
Okay.
Live in Carrollwood. A very good friend of mine, Tara, who's my business partner, and I decided we should open one of these.
Because I feel like everything's in South Tampa.
Yeah, yeah. We would drive south, and it's not that bad. It's 25 minutes, but you have kids, and you're doing school pickup,
Right.
and you're
Right.
doing everyday life and dinner. It's not easy to drive 25 minutes there, 25 minutes back just to get a juice.
Correct.
So we did a little research and found Clean Juice. Love Clean Juice. They're actually what a lot of people don't realize, the first USDA certified organic juice bar that franchises in the U.S.
Oh.
So pretty cool.
Yes.
Love having the USDA and CCOF certification behind us, because it just kind of shows how transparent we are, that we're very into what is in our juices and making sure it's the absolute cleanest, hence the name.
Would you tell JoJo and give her a little tip on how she can keep her juice clean?
Listen,
More
some
than that,
people-
she's smart.
She's smart.
This girl's smart.
And she
Well,
knows
I
how
didn't,
to.
say we
JoJo.
I didn't say we took all the same classes. I just said we went to college
You went
together.
to the same
Okay.
school.
We were in the same, on the same campus. Stop
We
it.
lived in the same dorm.
What was
Did any of it rub off? Because she's not you, I'm hearing.
She is a far better human, I'm aware. That's why she's here.
All right, sorry, go on. You don't even know what we're
Oh,
talking about.
yeah. You.
So we opened Clean Juice 6 months ago, and we have cold pressed juices, we have fresh pressed juices, smoothies, acai bowls. We even have little bites, toast, almond butter toast, avocado toast, which I brought you guys this morning to try. So try it quick.
Because it gets.
It will, yeah.
You want to eat it right
Now,
away?
what's the right way to pronounce it? You just said ACAI.
Okay, so it is. Everybody
Yeah,
listening?
this is a big
we
deal.
get this a lot.
This is a big deal.
Acai.
Acai.
Yes.
And it's the when I went to Brazil, I mean, it's unbelievable. You just walk down in the acai, but I never knew how to
You
pronounce
are an
it.
acai.
Because Brazilian Portuguese is a little weird language. Like Hijbull, they don't say R's. So
You don't
Red Bull,
mean weird.
Red Bull, and is Hijbull.
Oh.
There you go. And a little Portuguese lesson for you. Anyways, back to the juice.
Yeah. Would you ignore him for a minute?
I'm happy now. Jamie said I'm better as an angry person in the first segment, so maybe I need to
Are you
come in
better
every
as a
week.
quiet person?
Okay.
JoJo, go on.
I'm gonna go call Doug at Frontier.
His new best friend. Totally fine. Oh, see, this is. I knew this was. Sorry,
All right,
Michelle.
Michelle, Steve. This is too good. Because Steve calls every week. He hates me. We've actually mended fences a little bit. But Steve, you work for Frontier now?
He needs your credit card number.
On air.
Oh,
It works out better.
All right.
Go. All
Perfect.
right, back to the juice.
With clean juice. I'm so excited that you're here. Okay, so you franchise these. You have one in Carrollwood. Will there be more in the Bay Area?
Yes, we are opening 4 more locations in the Bay Area.
Wow.
Okay, good.
So you're loaded now.
We're working on the second one as we speak.
Wow.
So
JoJo.
Had it been something you've been interested in before you got in? I mean, obviously opened a store, but had you been what do you refer to a juicer? Is that the appropriate term?
Yeah.
Somebody who drinks
Juicer,
juice?
somebody who drinks juice.
Okay.
But that was
tries
it?
to juice at home, but it's very expensive, and I don't really like to clean the machine that much, to be honest with you. So I'd rather go buy a juice. So.
Yeah.
So did you see it as
Convenient.
an opening in the marketplace or something you were really passionate about to start?
More so passion to start for sure.
That's great.
I had been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years, and before that I did pharmaceutical sales. So besides, waiting tables in college, that's pretty much the only restaurant/owning experience I've ever had. So it was more passion that led it. And then I live in the Carrollwood area, and we just didn't have anything like that up there. So like I said, everybody went south, so it just made sense to open this in our backyard and give the community what they've been asking for quite a long time.
That's great.
So what's some of the biggest? I mean, I know the food service industry, the restaurant business is sort of a tough business. What are some of the biggest challenges you've had?
I just say getting our guests to understand our passion behind it. It's a different market than your, round the mill smoothie places that you walk in and you can get, a $4 smoothie, and then you come into our place and they're a little bit more expensive.
So what does this cost?
That is $9 for that bottle. And we also make a smaller, an 8 ounce, which is $5.
But written right on it, Ben, as you can see, this is what probably makes the job tough. There's a date.
Yeah.
You have to have it by this time. So it's like they have to make it.
And there's an organic part, which is obviously people have got to understand. I think it's getting better, but organic stuff is more expensive.
Absolutely.
So at some point, she has to make money.
But
and
you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
You are, and you know what you're putting in your body. It's
Right.
the most important thing. You're paying for something
Unlike
that is
JoJo.
very
I have
clean.
no idea. I just put
So this is
anything in
great.
there.
This is not only great that you're coming in to sponsor the juice, but you're also coming up to clean up the juice a little bit.
We're gonna clean it up.
Right,
Not
okay.
too
and
much.
pure and organic and okay.
That's why my juice tastes so good, because this is just a little dirty.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Man, that is too much.
You're too much. Okay, so where do you know where your next location will be?
So we have some
Can you
ideas,
spill the
Okay.
juice?
but I can't spill the juice.
Okay, no. We'll just have to get her back
How
in
about
here.
can you hang around here while we talk some
Sure.
juice, and you can comment on it. I mean, if you have any clean parts for the juice, that'd be great, and we'll keep you in here for a little
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Am I doing that now? We don't have to go to commercial, do we?
No,
bit.
we
No,
don't.
we're juicing.
But
it.
we
Oh.
should get, can we contact information, location, store
Yeah,
location?
but she's now part of the family. We're going to be getting a
All
lot of. But go ahead. Let's do
Yeah.
that right before we move
Social
into
media, whatever it is, website.
Absolutely. So we are on Facebook. It is just look up Clean Juice Tampa on Facebook.
Okay.
We also have an Instagram page, clean.juicebar. We are at 13138 North Del Mabry Highway in the Village Plaza with the big Publix there, right on the corner. And we're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Saturday, 8 to 8, and Sundays, 9 to 6. So come check us out.
That's a good schedule. You're open
And-
a
Are you on
lot.
Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter,
Good.
but I need to get on
hate
it.
Twitter. No, you don't. Stay away from it. It sucks.
All right.
It does.
I tweet.
I mean, enough already with this kid hating
We
everybody.
talked a little bit last week about American Idol returning to TV, and it is official. ABC announced this week that they're bringing back the long-running music competition series for the 2017-18 season. The show's host and judges will be announced. There's been many a rumor that it was going to be Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson. One thing for sure is Simon Cowell will not be back. He said it just wasn't the same after
Thank
the
God.
three of them. And frankly, if they don't find somebody like him, that's what made the show. And after he left,
You do know why
it
the
went
show
downhill.
stopped. It
No.
only stopped for the reason that you can't make those shows because of how much money it costs to hire the talent. So when the talent actually is worth way more than the show, you need to do a reboot. That's why it was a reboot. The same thing's going to happen at some point with The Voice. It's the same thing that happened with Friends went off air, not because people stopped watching, but
they
because
got
it
so
cost $1 million
a person
per
an
episode. And at
Yeah.
some point, you cannot cover those numbers. It doesn't make sense. So the people higher up stop making the amount of money they were making. And so now
Right.
the smartest thing they could do, even if they have half the viewers, is doing this because if they're smart and they keep all those numbers down, they're going to all the people, the producers will wind up making a lot more money.
Well, ABC
Boom,
did pick
now
it
you
up.
know.
I don't know what the details are. Ryan Seacrest, who started as co-host with Kelly Ripa on Kelly and Ryan this week, says he has not necessarily. The first he heard was when it was kind of just made public, but he has not decided whether or not he will
not.
be.
It's like watching. It's like
the host of
would
it.
He
I
join
know.
Dukes of Hazzard 2? No, he's not going to join the redo of Dukes of Hazzard. So don't do it.
Was he on the first Dukes of Hazzard?
My point is, you don't go.
Former Dance Mom star Abby Lee Miller has been sentenced to 1 year and a day in federal prison for bankruptcy fraud and for bringing $120,000 worth of Australian currency into the country without reporting it. My brother worked for Dance Moms and said she was a piece of work, so this is no surprise to me at all. But according to an ABC affiliate, she has been ordered to also pay $40,000 in fine and spend 2 years on supervised release after serving time in jail. She apologized to the judge for her actions and said she regrets them every day. She only regrets that she got caught. ESPN.
Wait, she said that was
No,
her
that was me.
Oh.
She only regrets she got caught. Sad news this week. We learned that the wife of ESPN legend Chris Berman was tragically killed in a car accident in Connecticut on Tuesday. Her car rear-ended another vehicle, forcing that car to hit a telephone pole and fall on it. Both drivers died that day. According to the police report obtained by my friends at TMZ, 67-year-old Catherine Berman was driving her Lexus and slammed into the back of that car, colliding with a utility pole. Chris Berman was at the Giants-Mets game where he was notified by NYPD officers.
And Chris is a friend of our family, and
Yes.
he's a wonderful, wonderful man. When Sacred Pepper opened, he literally had a car on his way to the airport. He had a car take him to Sacred Pepper just so that he could go there and see it and see Mr. D. And his birthday was the day after.
Ugh.
That's terrible.
Wonderful man.
Now I feel bad about if I was going to ask if the Giants won and beat the Mets. Sorry.
Hashtag too soon. And that is the juice with JoJo for today. We do have clean juice in here. My good friend Michelle, I'm so excited and thankful that you are going to be part of this with me.
Thank you.
Really quick, if anybody calls in and asks, has they heard on Miggs and Swig anything they're going to get, anything they're going to...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What?
Come on in.
They get
say
their
you
own
heard us on Miggs and
franchise.
Swig- say you heard us on Miggs and Swigs, and we'll definitely give you 10% off.
Perfect.
Yay,
Perfect.
thank
well, coming
you.
up, we have Gasparilla.
No, not Gasper.
Nope,
we have
wrong.
Fred
Margarita.
Fred from Cowboy Mouth
Yeah.
to talk about the
Yeah.
Margarita Festival.
That's what I said. And Gasparilla just passed, and we're moving into the Margarita Festival. So the last big festival, we had the Gasparilla
Okay,
Festival.
that-
Okay, so
that
let
is
me
correct.
finish
Okay.
what I was just about to say.
You just interrupted him.
If you're not listening and you're at Leela Bloodsworth's what is it called? Convention or seminar today.
Yep.
We was on last week, and she's really doing a good thing here in Tampa for couples who are about to get divorced, and teaching them how to co-parent and raise your kids together in a constructive way that's good for your kids. She can be found on bloodsworthintervention.com. She'll be having one of these seminars once a month, I believe.
Yes.
So look her up if you're having a hard time with your ex, and she, from what I hear, and from what people have called in, she works miracles.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, she's a sweet woman.
yeah. So give her a call. We'll be right back. Miggs and Swig.
Is this about me?
This song is about you, JoJo. That is Fred and the wonderful, mighty Cowboy Mouth. The name of the band is Cowboy Mouth. Cowboy Mouth is joining us this year in Tampa at the Margarita Festival, which is taking place May 27th.
After Gasparilla.
Topping the bill is Bare Naked Ladies, which they may want to just pack up and go home, because when Cowboy Mouth is done, the room is usually pretty much annihilated. I've opened for them a bunch of times with my old band Miggs, and I'm excited to be doing the same at the festival with my new band, The Whole Damn Mess. How are you, Fred?
I'm good. How are you doing, man?
I'm great, man. So I'm excited to have you down this way.
Excited to be had.
Are we? All that I really care about is if I can get up on stage and hit some drums and sing some. The name of the band is Cowboy Mouth.
No way, Don. No way. In fact, the only person in the world who's not allowed to do that anymore is you.
Excellent.
Of course
Thank
you
you.
can come up. Jesus. How you doing?
I'm good. So my
Family's good. Life is good.
life is good. Kids are killing me. You know, the typical.
Yeah, you know.
You got it.
Yeah, I know how it is.
He's got a couple of his own. So Fred.
Every 30 seconds they try to commit suicide, and it's your job as a parent to prevent that.
Yeah, something like that. I want to understand when you go into doing a festival, and we actually have the founder of the festival. Am I allowed to say that out loud? Monica.
You just did.
Monica here with the Margarita Festival. So she's listening in, and
Monica, thanks for having us, Monica.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
So when you go into a festival, domination is probably the same thing you want to do when you do any other show. But is there something in particular you think about when you're doing a festival, because it's not always your crowd and it's a bunch of people doing 10 different things?
Well, the thing about it is that, you know, you're just trying to convey a message and emotion and enthusiasm. And sometimes when it's a festival, the whole thing is just a little broader than it would be in like a punk rock club or something like that. Like we just played Jazz Fest in New Orleans. Did great. You know, we were before, who was it? Galactic and Kings of Leon. It was a lot of fun. And we played a club show the night before. It was sold out. It was great. It was packed. But the club show was a little more frenetic. You know, when you're playing a festival and you're in front of anywhere from like 5 to, 50 to 100,000 people, things just have to be a little more broad. So especially for people who haven't seen you before, we're trying to convey a specific type of idea, a specific type of enthusiasm. Like one of our fans recently said, "Man, I love you guys. Y'all like a gospel tent revival without the religion." I was like, yeah, that's perfect. That's great.
That's what it is. But
That's
do you
exactly
when you go in though, you still think, okay, our job is to destroy this room?
That's the thing, Don. You don't think. You don't worry about it. The work's already been done. The show's already been played. I just got to go out there. You're trying to get to the point where you don't play the music. You're trying to get to the point where the music plays you. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Well, yeah. And you just got to kind of trust that,
Will you still go into the audience?
I'm not somebody who's ever really, been too concerned about falling on my face.
Right.
It's like, okay, just get up, brush off, keep going.
Will you go into the audience even with a show like this?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
All right.
That's the whole thing. I'll
He
give
just
myself
got
a
he just got done telling
He'll
you
be
that the
barefoot.
music
He'll
plays
definitely
him.
be barefoot, which
I'll be barefoot, and if I cut myself, boo-hoo. That's why the Lord made Band-Aids. So, but I mean, you just, it's my job to go out and within the first 5 seconds read the audience thoroughly. I mean,
right.
Whether I said no matter what the size of the audience, you have to figure out their mood very quickly and get them to your point of view within like the first 2 songs. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to do that a good number of times in my life. And if it takes longer, you just don't give up.
Right.
You're trying to remind the audience, or at least I'm trying to remind the audience, of the joy of being alive and the joy of celebration and the joy of why they're all there in the first place, to have a great effing time. And so that's what I try to do.
All right.
And
well, then you better give me.
Bare Naked Ladies. Let me tell you something about Bare Naked Ladies. We did 2 arena tours with those guys during that stunt. What was that song?
Right. It's been
since you sucked me. Okay. But and they were truly one of the best bands I ever saw. They never had a bad night. And they opened up for us once on the Rise Up, and I mean, everything we do to an audience, they did. And I definitely got paid back when they opened up for us that time. I walked out And I was just trying to get the crowd riled up like I normally do, and they would just look at me like, it's just not going to happen tonight, Fred.
Right.
I was like, okay. But they are wonderful. They are great. I've never seen them put on a bad show.
Oh, that's great.
Ever.
So this is going to be, we know what's fun is that Monica is here and she's going to be giving away 2 tickets. Wait, Monica, where are the tickets going to be? What's going on with this?
They're going to be at the Stage View VIP, so right next to the stage.
Ooh, so people close enough to throw things at Fred?
Yeah, if they want to.
And Fred throws back.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Fred throws back.
Fred throws up. So if you want to win those tickets, 800-771-1025 will get you that. Well, Fred, I'm excited to have you. And when are you guys getting in? You're going to get in the day before, day of?
Day of, probably.
All right.
We're playing in Fort Lauderdale, I think, the day after. So we'll just have a nice little Florida run. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be nice to see you, man.
Yeah, well,
It's been a while.
we'd love to have you by the house. So let's talk about that off air.
All right, dude.
All right, my friend. All right, well, good to hear from you. Thank you
guys.
very much
Thanks,
for calling in.
Monica. And I guarantee anybody who comes out to see Miggsy, Cowboy Mouth, and BNL, it'll be one of the best damn rock and roll shows you've ever seen in your entire friggin' life.
Thank you. Hey,
Rock
Fred,
on.
real quick, I am so excited for you to see my new project because Fred was really instrumental when Miggs. He was very kind to Miggs when we started touring. Little bit.
We're a damn good band.
Yeah, but he was like, you guys are good, but you're not doing certain things, and he was very specific about those things. And then I remember we came back and toured with you again last year or whatever that was, and there was a definite, like, I knew going on stage, I'm like, this is a new, like, he's going to be impressed. Like, I knew, and that was my goal, was to make Fred like,
all of a sudden, I went from being good to being potential competition. I'm like, damn.
Right.
I don't open my damn mouth. I just have to work harder now.
Yeah, well, that's easy for you. Well, thanks, Fred, for calling in. You go love on those kids, and we'll talk to you soon.
All the best, guys.
All right, take care.
Sounds like a lot of fun, that Fred.
Fred is
Yeah.
unbelievable. Monica, have you ever seen Cowboy Mouth? Like,
I have not.
So
seen
who?
them live.
Oh, they're honestly amazing band live.
I'm
So
obviously a fan.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted them to join the Margarita Festival, but I haven't ever seen them live before.
So what do you look for with a festival like this? Like, what's your, obviously just people having fun, but give us sort of what's going to happen. People are going to get there and it's the drinking starts. What goes on?
There's some day drinking that goes into night drinking.
What time did the gates, doors, whatever they
So it
walls?
opens at noon, and usually we have
Okay.
an afternoon crowd that kind of comes in for the day drinking part, and then around 4 o'clock we'll kind of get the party,
real push.
the
Yeah.
real push, and the real party.
So this is the 5th year you've been doing
This
it?
is the 5th year, yeah. Mhm.
And I don't mean to be Debbie Down here, but do you, and during those 5 years,
Has
have you-
Frontier ever screwed up?
have you seen? Because the space of festivals is getting crowded and more crowded and more crowded. Do you see the Margarita Festival is getting bigger and hard, or do you find it's getting harder to book bands and to get, because there's so much competition now? It's all festivals. There's a festival, jazz festival. Kings of Leon was the he just said was the headliner.
And
Yeah.
the Cowboy Mouth is on. Yeah,
Right.
right.
I mean, what makes it? I don't see any jazz correlation there. So there's a lot of noise in that space.
There
right?
is. There are a lot of festivals coming up. For us, we're a lifestyle festival first, versus a music festival first. But we do have a heavy music element. But for us, being a lifestyle festival and drinking margaritas, and that works for us. So we're actually growing
That's great.
as a festival because we are margaritas first.
Who is some of the other headliners you've had over the years?
Last year we had Blues Traveler. We've had Smash Mouth prior to that. We have had Los Lonely Boys. So
Okay.
I think
every
the
year it
Blues
does get
Traveler.
bigger.
I think this year's going to be a great one, and also have Reese Brothers is on the bill.
Yeah.
So I've produced and wrote with the Reese Brothers, produced and wrote with Fred from Cowboy Mouth. The guy who produced my first Miggs bigger record, the one with the single Perfect on it, also did the Bare Naked Ladies. So for me it feels, and I'm in Tampa. There's like a whole
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the first show
It's cool.
for us. I'm really excited
So,
about doing
This
it.
is at Curtis Dixon Park?
Yes.
Okay.
And
May
Mark-
27th.
Yeah.
Can you pay close attention for a sec? Okay, I'm going to give you some names: Mike, Molly, Sarah, Robert, or Dan. Mike, Molly, Sarah, Robert, or Dan. Pick one name. Mike, Molly, Sarah, Robert, or Dan.
Dan.
Dan, you won the tickets to Margaret. There it goes. That's how we do it here.
The VIP
The
tickets.
VIP what would you say, Dan?
Dan.
Dan's the man.
VIP tickets.
Is Dan excited? Can we just put Dan on real quick?
Dan, you won the tickets.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
You didn't have to do much. So what we need is Roland's going to take your email, and he wants to know who your carrier is, if it's Frontier, and if who you use.
Well, no, we're good at Frontier.
Oh, we're good now.
My service is back
All right,
on. Everything's good. If people want to get tickets, unlike Dan, who's going to get his for free, where can they get them? Where can they go?
TampaMargaritafest.com.
Okay, and they have information on set times and all the other good stuff.
And all that really matters is the
Dawn
whole damn mess goes
at
on
7:30 a.m.?
No, at 5:15 p.m.
Oh, perfect.
And then which I think is going to be great because for our
People aren't too drunk,
Yes.
but just drunk enough to like you.
For our first real show with the whole damn mess, I like the idea of it being a festival. I love the idea of not having the pressure of the headlining. So this is ideal. And then right after that, I get to hang out with Fred and get up with Cowboy Mouth, and then we have Bare Naked Ladies. It's going to be a great
And I get
night.
to see my boyfriends.
You get a lot of because my band,
Yeah.
my band, by the way, is
amazing,
killer. Everyone in the band,
aside from you, but they're so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never liked you. Anything else that you'd like to say, Monica, about the Margarita Festival or life in general?
I have a
know
question, but that I don't drink. But how many different types of margaritas can one find at the Margarita Festival?
Yes, we have, I think, over 50 different margarita recipes, maybe even more than that at this point. But and we have vodka ritas and rum ritas, and we have beer and Red Bull for
Do you
people who
have
don't drink
food?
and want to stay up all day. And yes, we do have food. We have a whole food section. We have a Fuzzy's Taco Shop is doing a pop-up taco shop on site.
You know what I'm gonna do? My favorite tequila is a thing called Clase Azul Ultra, and it's really
that's a good one.
it's really unbelievable.
Sure, just skipped a beat.
I'll tell you how classy.
Is this on his rider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will have flasks with that for my band because you can't buy it really anywhere. But I'm gonna have an extra flask for
me?
For you. Are you a big fan of?
Yes,
You're sure? Then the flask will be for you.
No, I'm just kidding. But
I was
I'll
going to
have a
say it would
sip.
be for somebody, like someone can actually win the flask. It'll be untouched. Maybe I'll have 2 flasks so you can get one.
Yeah, just an extra flask.
Yeah, just as you can keep
All
it
right.
in your back pocket.
All right, well, thank you very much. Thanks to Fred.
Thank you.
The
And,
Margarita Festival, Saturday, May 27th at Curtis Hickson Park. You can go to TampaMargaritaFest.com, get all the information, purchase tickets. Monica Varner, thank you for being here today.
Fun
Thank
times.
you.
And we still have more tickets to give away for Sacred Pepper.
Apple a day.
Apple a day keeps the Sacred Pepper away. And that's really it.
Apple a
We're
day
coming-
keeps the sacred pepper away? Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, man. Poet.
This is the Miggs and Swig Show. We'll be back with our final segment. You're not going to want to miss it right here on 102.5 The Bone.
You laughed at me, saying, get that together, come back and see me. 3 days in the living room. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday, you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hope no one wants a hoodwink. Does it make you stop think?
You think you're looking at Aquaman.
I summon fish
You know more, go.
I do.
I like the sushi cause it's never touch a frying pan.
Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Particularly in rhymes because I'm all about value.
Should be so proud of yourself.
Give me right this part, do it.
Gonna make a break and take a fake out like a
No.
snake and they can shake out like a
Finest of the flavors.
I was about to say, next time they do Drew's karaoke or Mike's karaoke, you should absolutely nail that song.
Oh, God, I don't know.
How are they going to do without the main singer dude? He went off the rails. That the heftier one is gone. So someone takes his place. I don't know how they do any of that. Wow, it's been a chock full of fun.
Well, it's quite. You
shows so
said
far.
that.
It
And
was.
she said that the last year, I think, or the year before, was Blues Traveler.
Yes.
Popper or
Yeah,
whatever.
John Popper.
John Popper.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Lost
no
a ton.
small guy.
He
but
lost
he
a-
lost a ton. He got the liposuction.
Yeah,
so I was
but
wondering if
he's
that was.
gained some back.
You can
Yep.
untighten the belt.
He's got belt issues. That guy's nuts.
I wish I could do a performance. I mean, I wish I could do a festival and just put it together.
Why can't
and,
you?
And not budget, but I mean budget restrained or
Right.
whatever. But like, if I had a wish, I think one, and it had nothing to do with money. It had nothing to do with having to coordinate schedules and all, because that's a nightmare,
That
right?
is.
Being a booking,
Right, so forgetting all that.
all that, but just pick a band, have a 2-day festival, and be able to just do the lineup from start to finish.
Why does it have to be 2 day? Just give it 1 day.
But why?
Like one
But
day.
why couldn't you work with Monica and do that
Because I mean, part of the thing is it's budgets, it's musical
and do a
taste.
bright antenna? festival.
Because we don't want to be in the booking. Because first of all, if we did in California, it's illegal to book. There's so many weird rules.
Why couldn't you do it in Florida?
Wait, you can't. You have to be a booking agent. Hey, but before we do anything else, you're going to want to get near your phones. Are you near your phone? All right, grab your phone.
Yes.
800-771-1025. You need to call in to this show, and we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to
Apple a Day brunch next Saturday, May 20th, at the Sacred Pepper in North Tampa, off of Dale
First time
Mabry.
ever this restaurant's been open for brunch. And they're opening the doors for this program, for Drew Garabo, The Bone, the Miggs and Swig Show, everything.
You're going to have all the station personality.
Calta
not
will be here. So call in right now if you want to win tickets.
Yeah, we're going to give away 2 tickets. So, yeah, we're not sure. You better just get in there, get in the queue now. Roland he has his hand on the receiver. My God, there's been 36 calls thus far. Let's talk about Trump.
Okay.
I wish I could run my life like he does. Everybody that
What,
doesn't-
completely off the rails?
Yeah, well, completely off the rails.
Didn't you
but-
do that when you were drinking?
But whoever doesn't agree with me, I just fire.
You just eliminate.
You just eliminate. You're out of my life. You're done.
It's so crazy because all I posted on Facebook, because I'm trying not to do all that
Yeah, it's
as much.
over.
I just said, I just want to know the truth, right? And immediately you get both sides, and everyone's slinging it. But this one guy, who I'm apparently a friend with, was saying, "Well, if I did a bad job, you'd want to fire me too. That's what it's all about." And now Democrats are saying it's not. That's not what the point is. I'm like, that's not. And I didn't even argue with him, but. That's not what the point was. Am I right, Jamie? What? Give us the background. Someone give us the background.
Nobody truly knows. It's still kind of filtering out, but what the optics is the word that people are using right now, is that Comey was getting too close in the Russian investigation into Trump's ties. So Trump fired him to stop that. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because then he comes out and said he warns him or threatens him or whatever you want to say against Comey leaking anything negative about him, and he better hope there are no secret tapes of their conversations.
Yeah, that's the latest thing right now.
And if there are secret tapes, wait a minute. So is the only thing I didn't get from that inference, which might make me dumb, secret tapes from Trump's side or from Comey?
Yes.
So if Trump has secret tapes, then that just goes further to what an unbelievable
how Nixonian this guy is.
I was going to say,
I don't think he recorded. I mean, I really can't imagine that anybody would, after what happened with Nixon.
But my question is, if you are, they can wait. If you are worried about something being leaked, then there's something
there
to worry about.
All right. But here's the thing.
For you to even say that.
I really want to clear these phone lines because people can call in about this because they're all filled. So wait.
Hey, he has more. I'm going to put the rest of them up.
They're all the queue's full. JoJo. Craig, Jim, Kim, Kurt, Tony, Cameron. Craig, Jim, Kim, Kurt, Tony, Cameron. Who?
Cameron,
you won the tickets.
Cameron, congratulations.
Clear the phone lines.
Stay
Let's
on
get
the phone
people
line.
in who want to call Trump because I really
2
like.
tickets to the VIP brunch at the Apple a Day brunch at Sacred Pepper. Congratulations.
Get there early enough. Hang with Miggs.
I
and
really
Swig.
want to know if this. We've kind of stayed away from it, right? From asking Trump supporters if where they are,
right?
Are they still happy? Is this something that changed anybody's mind?
800-771-1025 or 727-579-1025.
No, they just talk. They just make it part of their story.
I understand, but they make it a talking point. But what I've seen this week is a lot of people are starting to realize that it is not about Donald Trump anymore. Okay, it's not. It's the presidency, and it's in what he's doing to that office. I mean, I don't know how you can defend the way he's been acting, right? I don't know how you can defend, and it's not about Republican or Democrats. I mean, here's a guy who fired somebody, and optics is right. I'm not saying, I repeat, I am not saying that there's something there, right?
Right.
But what I am saying is the optics and how everything and how he's dealing with this Russian investigation is questionable at best.
At best.
And I think, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, I think he's so concerned with his image, the Donald Trump image and the Donald Trump brand, that even the inference of collusion or even the inference of him running a not tight ship, because that's what he built his brand on, is he's the best businessman, he's all that, but the best businessman wouldn't have this going on in his organization.
Right.
So I think if at the very least, that's the problem, is his brand's getting hurt, Donald Trump's getting hurt, because somebody who runs a company as well as he does, right, shouldn't have all these issues going on underneath them, right? People dealing with Russia and all that. So I don't, I'm not saying that he's there's collusion with him directly, but there's something there. I mean, there's something that's not right. I mean, somebody doesn't act this way unless there. And I'm just putting it the bare least thing, the lowest thing happens is that he's just worried about his brand. That maybe Flynn got a little dirty. It wasn't him, but he's making it such a big deal.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't have anything to hide, then you don't make comments like don't.
But haven't you looked into his personality? Like, don't you know what he's so wrapped up in himself and his image and all that yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal to you because you know you didn't do anything wrong, but you're looking bad. And I think he's the type of person that doesn't like to like to look bad.
I don't know. Jamie almost was chewing the microphone off. Did you have any comments to say on that?
No, because the only thing I can think of is that there was no good time to fire Comey because if it happened before the election, people will have said Obama was trying to save Hillary from that. If it happens directly after the election, then there's something there was no good time, but the way it was handled, and what you're saying, it makes Trump look even worse. The best way I heard it is like Trump threw gasoline on a fire by the way he handled all this.
And the worst thing about it is this is a guy, right, wrong, or different. Look, Comey's not my best friend. He obviously did something he should have done with Hillary, but whatever. That's in the past. Trump won the election, and I'm not saying he lost. Hillary lost because of what Comey did, but the way he found out. No boss, no president of the United States, no one working at Chick-fil-A should fire somebody and have them find out on TV in front of their peers.
100%. Right.
He didn't have the audacity and the kindness and the just general humanity to pick up the phone and give this guy a call.
Yeah, for those who don't know what happened, Comey was, I guess, at a conference
in L.A.
talking to other people in the FBI, and behind him on the TV it says, Comey is fired.
Right.
While he's giving his conference, and he had no clue, and everybody's looking at the TV going, what the hell's going on?
So, Bob,
so classless.
Bob, you want to comment on Trump? Welcome to Miggs and Swig Show.
Yeah, I do. I think, I love your guys' show, except when you guys start talking politics.
Okay. Thank you, me too.
The simple reason that, every liberal leftist talking point is the same on any station, on any, news channel. A lot of the stuff that you guys say, it's just absolutely wrong.
Okay, so Bob, let me just, because we're running out of time and Mo's coming up next.
Yes, sir.
Did you have any issue with the way he handled or when he did the Comey firing?
No, I don't, because like you said, there was no good time to fire him.
So you don't think he should have given him the decency and the respect to tell him himself or however in a meeting, him not finding out on television?
I do disagree with that, except for the fact that, is the way that I understand it, he did send him an email. And, Comey obviously just didn't get to it before it came across the TV, and that's, the news media's fault. As soon as they get something, it's out there.
So it should have been done for the head of the FBI. It should have been sent in an email.
Fair enough, Bob. Thanks for calling. And then
and I appreciate Bob's point.
Totally.
And even about our show,
he still listens, and we have our point. We respect his. That's why we give these people the opportunity to call, right? I mean, we sort of all agree, but we want to hear the other side. Frank, you want to comment on Trump?
Yeah, hey guys, listen, I'm a super duper right wing. And just, but listen, everybody has an opinion.
Right.
But if they keep repeating the same thing over and over again, like a child, indoctrinating a child, you teach your kid every day the same thing, you're going to believe it. First. Secondly, he didn't murder Comey.
Right,
Comey's okay. So Comey's going to go on CNN, MSNBC, and all these other networks, and he's going to tell his side of the story. Plus, he's going to write a book.
Right.
So if Comey has some evidence, I can assure you it's going to come out, and it's going to come out with vengeance because of what Donald Trump did and how he did it.
Well,
everybody should take a deep breath and relax.
All right, I agree with you, but Frank, I do want to say one thing. Same thing you just said. If whatever side is keeps saying that everything's fake news, it's the same thing. We start to believe that everything that isn't said the way that we want it to be said has to be fake news. Yeah. It just scares me for all of us because none of us are getting really at the truth. Thank you very much for calling.
That's sort of the smartest thing I think I've ever heard you say, Don Miggs.
Well, first of all, you heard I was humbled. You heard I was.
We also your mom called you Donnie, and then Cowboy called you Miggsy.
Miggsy.
So Donnie Miggsy.
All right.
Will you do me a favor today? Stop picking at that thing. Maybe give South Tampa Dermatology a call so that thing on your face.
The North Star
on your face.
It's not my fault. And honestly,
it's your third kid.
I honestly love the people at South Tampa Dermatology, and sometimes I bait them on this show so that somebody would give me a damn call and tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I'm too old to keep getting these zits on my face. And I wash with a power cleanse. I do all the other stuff, but I think I need to get into them.
stderm.com. They work miracles. I'm sure they can zap it or do something.
It would be a miracle.
But you should probably stop touching it.
Can you tell me their phone number at all?
I totally can. 813-872-9551, or you can go to stderm.com and get a hold of them that way.
And you say Miggs and Swig, and they basically give you part of their operation.
Yes.
They just hand you money.
Thank you very much to Michelle for coming in from Clean Juice. So excited to have them as part of the Juice with JoJo sponsor.
And Leah, I hope that her...
Leila Bloodsworth at bloodsworthintervention.com.
Well
yeah,
today.
she had her seminar today, and she will be having them one Saturday every month. So make sure you do yourself a favor if you're going through a tough time and divorce. You want to make sure your kids don't bear the brunt of it. You want to give her a call.
JoJo and Don, where will we be next week?
Next week we will be at the Sacred Pepper for the best brunch you've ever seen.
Be on the air at 10 o'clock. Doors open at 11. Brunch is at 12. But make sure you get there at 11 because there's going to be some stuff going on behind the bar.
You got to get your tickets. You got to go to the Bone Online. We're running low on them, but do yourself the favor because we'll all be
Celebrity
there.
bartenders, all kinds of crazy.
We gave away 2 already today. Thank you guys very much for listening. Be good to yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next week here on the Miggs and Swig Show.